tell me one thing. Um, so if I look at the entire learning cycle of a GMAT aspirant, international GMAT aspirant, and somebody who was 2 years away from starting their MBA, their entire focus is only on getting the scores right, doing this, and they get introduced to, a lot of them actually get introduced to the concept, especially engineers. Indian engineers definitely get introduced to the concept of networking very, very close to the deadline. That's the seriously.
Yeah.
I have to talk to somebody as well. I thought there are essays that I have to write. I'm done. Right?
Yeah.
What suggestions do you have for people who are a year away from applying in terms of what are some of the things they can start doing to have actually an amazing. So I'm sorry to see a lot of 750s, 760s who start writing their HBS or Stanford application 3 weeks before the deadlines.
Yeah.
And they think life is not going to come to them easy for the first time.
Yeah.
What can they do, Abhishek, to have that learning curve ahead of time? When should they start? How should they go about it?
So I'll tell you something very simple that worked for me. And it's actually funny because I was talking to my friend. So I used to watch a lot of videos around, Tuck School of Business and all the top Ivy Leagues and, Columbia and all that stuff. So there's a particular scene. There's a frame in there's a video called the Tuck Experience or something. It was like floated 6 years ago. There's a scene where a guy is sitting and studying and you're doing some assignment on a laptop and it's snowing outside. Okay, so that got stuck in my mind that this guy is me. Okay, so what I'm trying to tell you is that you have to fall in love with the whole process. You have to fall in love with schools that you are applying to. I mean, there is no way it can be a transactional affair that you have to give a part of it. Then you'll try to imagine this thing, Jatin, and I think we had this conversation many years ago. Imagine how many passionate people have come together to build these amazing schools. The very first time you walk through the infinite corridor of MIT, I mean, you have goosebumps all over your body. That imagine how many sacrifices have gone there, like all late nights and all that stuff. What innovations have come, in these corridors, right? So you have to fall in love with the school. So once you start doing that, and how you do that, you're sitting there so many miles across the pond, I would say, is um, watch videos. Even if they are marketing videos, that's fine. Watch videos, watch footages. I remember when I was at MTS, I used to have like all these breaks. I would just keep watching those Tuck videos and Triple M videos. I knew each and every person who had spoken on those videos, because you have to train, or you have to fool your mind into loving that process. You cannot be thinking that shit, I don't love the process. Oh man, I have to write an essay. It should flow out of you, right? And the only way is fall in love with the school. The other thing is, and again, don't get into the comfort zone of networking with people who are from your country. Like, don't get stuck to just talking to Indians, or you just don't try to find a guy from your city, because again, in this process you have to play on your strengths, but you have to break your comfort zone, right? For me personally, I found that American students, there was a Russian guy, there was a guy from Nigeria. He really helped me, because see, it's all about talking to people and getting their different perspectives. Because you remember, every school I applied to, I had 2 or 3 people, and then in the essays we inserted their names. And before that, I asked them that, can I mention you in my essay? We had amazing conversations, and nobody says no. Nobody says no, right? So these are some of the things that that a student can definitely do while they're working on their GMAT and all those transactional things, right? Fall in love with the school. That's it. Yeah.
Just to add to this a little bit, and this is for a lot of applicants who think of working with me as a outsourcing process. They think, you know what, we've started with Jatin. Now he's
Yeah.
the one who's going to do a lot of heavy lifting, and we're
I
done.
know.
It will be a smooth journey. I promise you one thing: if
Yeah.
without me you had to do 25 hours of work, with me probably you will end up doing 40 hours of work. Hey, you
Right.
got to
Yeah.
do it. It's not transaction. You're making a decision to grow in life.
Yeah.
You're saying, yeah, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? So,
Exactly. And you just look at this way, that this is a small investment in terms of your time, your attention. And I know essays are, sometimes they brag and all that stuff. Every sentence has to match or dovetail with the other. But imagine what you're getting out of it. An essay from a guy sitting in Tiruchirappalli, right, is is in front of an adcom at Columbia, who doesn't know anything about that guy. It impresses that adcom member. They give you a chance to express you or your interview with their colleagues, right? And you have a fair chance of getting into a top notch school. Imagine, you like your schooling, your college, you just used to think about those schools. I mean, I remember in our days, uh, we used to have this Prannoy Roy program, like World This Week and all that stuff. If there was a footage of Columbia or like MIT, like it was like, oh man, for weeks I would like, I just saw MIT, right? So imagine, like, everything is accessible. The only sacrifice you have to do is that just be a bit uncomfortable right now. But again, the essay should reflect what you are, right? It should not seem that your Jatin or your PythaGURUS has written it, right?
thank you so much, Abhishek. One, I want to say it was awesome serving you. I've I've served good people. There are times I have served tough people as well. Although now I've started drawing filters in my life where there are times when I don't want to serve certain category of people, and I'm sorry, I
Yeah,
can't.
yeah,
So,
I know.
yeah, I know. But somebody like you, you're very down to earth, very, very open to growing and collaborating in life. And I know how you took the process to the next stage. So awesome. And also, thank you for this interview is going to add value to a lot of people who are currently in the process of growing in their life, Abhishek.
Yeah, definitely. If you want to have a part two of that, you know me, like it's all about helping people. And even in my current role, like when I look at startups, it's all about, they have an idea, they have a dream, right? It's all about helping each other, because you cannot, like, look at 2020. You cannot go through the next decade without helping each other. You cannot have all those walls erected for nothing, right? You have to talk to each other, you have to help each other. These competitions and all that stuff, imagine, like, it's just, I always think about Carl Sagan, what he used to say, that we're just like a pale blue dot. And it's again funny, Jatin, that when I was a kid, I used to have Carl Sagan's posters in my room. And you won't believe, when I came to Cornell, the very first apartment or the room that I lived in with my friend, Carl Sagan used to live in the next building. Imagine, he used to walk the same path to his department. So that's what I'm saying, that you have to put some emotion into the process. It cannot be a transactional process, that okay, GMAT done, essay 750 words done, Stanford essay done. No, before that, fall in love with what you're gonna do, because this will actually help you during the MBA process also. You will never say die if you're falling in love with what you're doing.
And I think,
Yep.
and I say this to people, and I've started saying this for the past 3 years, that People think that, we are working on a profile. Like, let's say this is a physical profile, my essays, my recommendations. And I said, forget that. First, you are the profile.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There is no profile. That's you.
Yeah.
First, you work
Yeah.
on this. That's the outcome. That's the reflection of.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you so much. And I'll definitely reach out to you for part 2 of this. Do expect a lot of people to ping you on LinkedIn. I'm warning you right now.
Oh, don't worry. Don't worry about that. Yeah. Don't worry. I'm always there.
Thank you. Thank you.